Hi everyone, happy Sunday. It's BDevine, of course, and welcome to these messages for today. I am going to be talking with us all about the angels, the Shekinah, okay? And we will just get some information about this because I really feel that we need this unity right now more than ever, okay? And also, we will take an updated look at the crystal mandala and see what message comes up for us all. Now, I wouldn't normally be here today, but I was just getting pushed all morning to do it. And we had to race around early this morning because the weather started to come in. So we had to sort of get out of the house by about 7 a.m. and get it all done. So I'm up anyway. And here we go. So there's a few things that I want to say first before I get started with the messages today. The first thing is that the Light Leaders Academy is up and going, of course, and you can go and learn at your own pace. You don't have to be there and studying as you go forward because all the lessons pretty much are there already. So if you were to start now, I'm just about to start week 6, so you'll have plenty to catch up on, and Zoom calls every week, a lot of support, and so much knowledge comes out in all of these lessons, setting you up no matter whether you have done any type of healing before or any psychic work before. It doesn't matter. This is a whole way of doing things where you don't need any of those things. You are taught how to do it and be a leader of light, which is a little bit different than always being the light worker. This is leading people to their fullness and their healing and their understanding and their therapies, and off they go and do their own thing. And also you're able to connect with all like-minded people as a group, which is fantastic. And I teach you so many things in there, it's not even funny. So I'm also going to be, so this is up, okay, please check the information in the box below because it will give you a link to also have a look at the curriculum so far, okay? I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to do. But you also have to remember that you have a 6-month payment option as well. So you can just break this down, study at your own pace. And as new lessons come forward, so say, for example, 12 months down the track, we have a whole another group of students, you'll always get updated with all the extra lessons, Zoom meetings and everything, okay? So it is, I'm sure I'm blowing away my light leaders at the moment who are in it and had no idea there was going to be so much intense work, knowledge, information, healing, ways of doing it that's so easy for you as well. So I really appreciate those that are coming forward to do this and want to take themselves, their journey, work for themselves and take it to the next level as well. So the other bit of news that I have is that I'm going to be doing a webinar. Okay, now this webinar may be broken up into 2 parts, and it's going to be on a healing method and also something else as a bonus that I'm giving. So it'll be a 2-part webinar, and there'll be a healing method that you will learn. You will have PDFs, you will have interaction with me. I will be doing it on, I'm not sure yet, but I might be doing it as a Zoom lessons, okay? Even though the problem with Zoom is that some people have trouble sort of getting in, but hopefully, we don't want to set up troubles before we've even started. But yeah, it'll be over 2 weeks, so it'll be a 2-part webinar course, okay? And if you are a patron, you'll be able to use your discount code. It's going to be very, very reasonably priced. And again, you'll be able to use this method on animals. There's animal healing in it, all kinds of stuff as well. So maybe you'll be interested in that. And if you are interested in knowing more about what I'm doing and what I'm offering, please just below there's just a free thing to sign up to the newsletter. And I'll be sending everybody a newsletter with the information about the upcoming webinar. It will probably be at the beginning of April, but you'll be able to buy your tickets and purchase your tickets beforehand, okay? These are really worthwhile because nobody else is going to give you this information. And over the years, I've had multiple people who've spent, thousands of dollars, thousands of dollars to do one course, one thing, one little bit of training. And You know, it's to me, I want to be able to give as much as I can. So for patrons that are already out there, when you receive the information about the webinar, you can take your discount off of that price as well. I'll be able to show you how to do that. And if you want to be a patron, it's only $5, and then you'll get a 10% discount. So you'll make your money back probably double than that, right? So maybe you'll be interested in doing that. I also give free webinars for patrons once a month. And I also do readings for all of the signs for patrons only. And you guys are live and interacting with me, okay? So it's worth it to be a patron. It's worth it to be a light leader and really take the bull by the horns in your spiritual journey. And I'm really, really looking forward to the next chapters as well. So if you're interested in any of those things, make sure you're signed up to my newsletter, and I will send out some information this week. Okay, so once I figure it out, this 2-part webinar, which is going to be awesome, I'll figure it out. I'll make the price really reasonable for you all, and away we go. Okay, so today I am going to get some information for us from a couple of different things. So we have the angel, or the Shekinah, right? So these are the angels of God, basically. And we're going to, I'm going to read this from Kay Maroney, and then we're going to have a look at our crystal mandala cards. I also wanted to tell you that I'm working on a new deck. I'm just always doing something, trying. I'm really, really trying. With the amount of suppression I have, I can't advertise anywhere. I really do appreciate you guys helping me by sharing, you know, and showing like-minded people, someone who's genuine, because there's plenty of people out there that are really, really rampant on all of the communities right now. It's really, really hard to, you know, for us that are positive, people that are seeing the truth, and people that are trying to share this, we get squashed really, really quickly so far. Let me just reiterate that. I'm not giving into it, is what I'm trying to say. But it has been really, really difficult I can't advertise or anything like that. So I need your help with spreading the messages. That's all I need help with. Share this video. Tell someone about the YouTube, or tell someone about Patreon, or tell someone about, hey, you want to really learn? You want to learn better than anything you've ever done before? And I'm not saying that to be egotistical. I just know because I've done courses as well. And this is why I've developed it this way, right? Help me to expand, because we need like-minded people all working together and helping each other. And this is the way that we're going to push forward into this beautiful new consciousness. And we're already seeing this happening as well. We're seeing this happen everywhere. But yeah, so if you could help me out by sharing and things, that would be wonderful. And if you can be a part of the Light Leaders Academy, we would really love to have you there. And there's just so much to learn and share with each other, and you are supported the whole way. So let me, before I do the Shekinah cards, I'm going to get a little message from the Mystic Messages. Okay, it's my new little deck that I'm going to work on. I'm going to self-publish, okay, as well. So anyway, if they come up upside down, they're not supposed to be. All right, so what does everybody need to know right now? House, shift, expand, clearing, must make a move, blessings are coming, 2 months. So something about your house, okay? If you need to clear it, or you need to do the house blessings, you know, I'll put that in the next newsletter, a house blessings recording if I can, or at least a link to it. Or if you need to email me about it, I can send it to you. So yeah, so in 2 months, we're doing the shift, we're doing the expansion. We've got to stop giving into all of the negative hype that's around. Okay, let's just say that. Remember who you are. Remember, I've been talking for probably the last 6 months about the Pluto return energy and what this means and what has happened in the past when Pluto has returned to certain countries. Okay, and what happened 2 days later from the Pluto return was that everything happened with Russia and Ukraine, right? So it's going to expose things. It's going to expose people. They're going to have no choice but for that to happen. Okay, no choice but for that to happen, where if you are dark in any way, it's going to come out to the surface, even spiritual teachers and leaders. Okay, there are some that are already showing their true colors, and I saw a lot of it, and people have been coming to me also and saying, oh my God, what about this and this and this, and like freaking out because whoever they were listening to was sort of sitting there afraid and saying, oh my God, guys, what's happening, guys? You know, this kind of talk. And that is not a leader. That is just someone that was just playing you all, right? If they're going to sit there in fear, you cannot do this. I mean, I know I'm a Leo, so I'm already going to sort of stand up a little bit strong. But something tells me that if we can't do this right now, and we can't get ourselves together, and we can't see above any illusion that's happening, okay? Read between the lines with what I'm saying. Look past the illusions of things, okay? Get yourself out of this fear mind game that goes on, the overthinking, the overstressing, the overworrying. Stop doing that and instead summon the angelic kingdom or the realms. Summon your guides, summon the energy of that place, whatever it is that you're worrying about. Put the light on it, because that is far more beneficial than you sitting there worrying and crying and stressing. That's not going to help, right? So we have to take one day at a time. We don't know exactly what's going on. We're being fed certain things, and we know by now, or we should know by now, over the last 2 years, that if the media is telling us something, we need to look in the opposite direction. I'm sorry, but we do. And I know that there are people that are going through it right now. Okay, I'm just looking above the situation. I'm trying my best to look above the situation. And basically, if, you know, this was a proper, I want it WAR, if this was that, there'd be nothing left of the Ukraine already. Okay? There'd be nothing left, probably in day 1 or 2. So what is actually going on? And you have to see this bigger than that, because all these leaders, and this is what we talked about for Pluto returns, any one of them is, if they are corrupt in any way, if they've been trafficking children, if they've got biolabs sitting on their properties, if they're holding money for certain countries, if they're keeping a hold of it, if they're being bought off, if they're being bribed, if they've taken money as a bribe, they're going to get found out. It's just going to happen. It has no choice. And also with the energy of March, the energy of April, we have 3 moons again in April. We have the conjunction of Jupiter. We have conjunction of Jupiter and Neptune, right? We have all of this spiritual energy flowing in up until June this year. And then we go into the second half where there's even more things taking place. Okay, so think about your leader wherever you are. You know, in Australia, look at that leader. Is he corrupt? Is he taking money? Where has he been in all of these crises? Look what's been going on with Australia. I've got my sons there that are just like, they have to do what they have to do. There's QR codes, there's everything. You know, in order for them to go to the shop, they have to have it. In order for them to do anything, they have to have it. Although now it's just all of a sudden not happening because everyone's focused on Russia. You see what's going on? It's just like distracting us all the time. Try your best not to look at the mainstream, because it's not, they're all being paid off as well. This whole thing, they're all being paid off, right? And if you don't, I know that people don't want to believe. My dad was like, oh, no, you know, that can't be right. Why would the people do that to us? Why would they do that? Why would they not look after their people? Exactly. Why would they not look after us? And it's been going this way for some time. Okay. So again, remember that anything that's big and that's occurring is, and that they're focusing on, they're trying to make us hate and trying to make you stand with the side. Why is that going on? Maybe it has to do with certain documents that came out. You know, there's something like 50,000 pages. At first it was a 3-page report, but 50,000 something pages have been uploaded. Okay, there's a link you can go to and see it yourself. It's pretty bad. So as we move through this year, we're going to have to stay united, because we're going to see things, prices rise, and we're going to see all this nuttiness happen. And we have to remember that no matter where you live, is your leadership looking after you? Are they looking after the best interests of the country? Are they looking after the best interests of the people? Are they making it easy for their people, or are they making it easy for other countries' people? Right? Where does it sit? So we don't care about left and right and red and blue and all this BS, okay? Because there's corruption everywhere. It's more, you know, if there's something wrong, it needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed once and for all, so that it can't continue to happen, even in little bits and pieces. People get found out for doing something that they should be, you know, held accountable for it. It doesn't matter who you are, right? So the leadership and the petrol prices and things, and the food, ridiculous amounts of money on the food, everything's just been jacked up, and yet there's been no money for the people, only for other countries. That's what doesn't make sense to me. So as we stick together, okay, we use our consciousness, right? So I've been doing this with you since 2009, lifting the vibration as much as I can, right? Asking you to just help me out by sharing where you can as well. And, you know, I don't put ads on YouTube, by the way. So if you see an ad on my video, YouTube is putting it there. Okay, so I'm not doing that. So things aren't monetized for me. I mean, I could monetize it, but I kind of don't want to do that. So, you know, we've got to stick together, and as a spiritual nation, not as or a world of spiritual beings here having this human experience. And there are so many things that we can do with our mind to manifest the outcomes that we really want. And it works so much more powerfully together. Now, I will do a meditation for everybody for the world as well. Once again, you can also look at some of the old meditations I've already put up about world activations and things like that, but I'll do another one, okay, and get it all out there. So let's get a message about the Shekinah here, again, bringing us into this unity. So I'm going to read for you. For the splendor of the Shekinah traversed the world from one end to another with a radiance greater than that of the globe of the sun. And everyone who made use of the splendor, on him no flies and no gnats did rest. Neither was he ill, nor suffered he any pain. No demons got power over him, neither were they able to injure him. And this is from the book of Enoch, chapter 54. So when you have that light inside of you, and when you call in your angels, especially the Shekinah, just call it in. The light feels inside of you, and no darkness can penetrate this. Okay? Now, part of the thing that we've been talking about with the Light Leaders Academy is darker energy, because once you know what it is, you can find it, you know, you can see it, you can help people, right? But it's not going to affect you if you are focused on light, if you are focused on strength. People can send all the crap they want at me. It's not getting to me. It doesn't get at me. It doesn't, you know, come anywhere near me. So they're wasting their time. You know, I have set myself up with protection that you wouldn't believe. And, you know, so people can waste their time if they want to. And believe me, they do. So it's funny. But see, the darkness doesn't like us to understand our full worth. So the darkness is also that nagging voice that says, oh, you need to be worried. Oh, this is, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this is going to turn out? What if that's going to happen? What's that? What's that? What's that? What's that? Oh, I'm having bad dreams and this and this and this. Oh, I'm feeling sore and this and this and this. Oh, I'm worried about this and this and this. I'm worried about my family and this. They won't listen. And I'm trying to tell them this and they're not. And you're here in this mundane BS that's not even real. This is all an illusion, what we're seeing right now. And when you're seeing, up here, when you're looking up here, when you're full of light, when you're putting yourself in a place of receiving, when you're working with your crystals, when you have, this strength about you, when you bring in the angels to your life, you bring in your guides, your light team, you strengthen yourself, you ground yourself, you connect yourself. You don't have those issues. Okay, you don't have the stress worry. And if you do get yourself in a stress worry, you can quickly reverse it. And this is where we need to be. There's a massive awakening happening because of this BS. This is why it was so important for it to actually take place. Because that was the way that we could turn the numbers over. They were trying to just shut us up and keep us quiet and suppress people like me, whatever. Didn't work. I'm still here. I mean, I may not get more subscribers like other people do, and I may not, have that, I don't know, it's like the reach has kind of stopped or whatever, but only, they've underestimated me is what I'm saying, because I'll just keep on going. I'll find a way around anything, right? In fact, the more someone tries to stop me, the more I'm going to keep going in your face. So, this is the thing that you have to be, just stand tall. I'm telling you, this is part of our testing. This is part of our spiritual testing right now. It doesn't matter about your neighbor, it doesn't matter about your parents, your kids, whatever. What are you doing to bring yourself into a place of balance? Because if you can't get it, and you can't get it within yourself, how can you possibly show anybody else how to do it? Your healing is the most important thing. And this is what, again, the light leaders teaches you, that you are the most important thing in your life. And that you have to put yourself forward. Put your oxygen mask on yourself first before you attend to anybody else. And once you've nailed it and you go, oh my God, I've got it. I know what I have to do, right? I know where I'm going wrong. I know where I'm giving in my energy. I know where I'm worrying unnecessarily. Okay. I'm going to stay maintained and focused on this journey. When I say something, it's done. When I declare something, it's done. Either way, so I can declare all the BS that I want and all the stress I want. I can make that my life, or I can decide to allow this light that I have inside of me to fill my entire body, right? To ground me into the center of the earth, to connect me right up into the center of the universe, anchored and strong. And therefore, I will navigate my way around my life. I will navigate whatever comes up because I can focus on a positive aspect to whatever's happening to me, right? And that's what we've got to be doing. We can't be living through all of this and thinking that we're strong and connected and still worrying about all of this, because that is just, your energy is leaking out into all of that crap. And you don't have the quotient of light that you need inside of your physical body. You won't have the quotient of light there. And then when it's depleted, then you start having problems. We must fill ourselves with this light, okay? Back to the Shekinah. Okay, so the Shekinah has been referred to as the divine manifestation of God's presence, God's active light, and a mighty cleansing light that the angels enter before prayer. So as in one aspect of it is like the bride of the Lord. So she redeems us from all evil and liberates us. So remember, I was doing a reading the other day about this feminine energy coming forth to help something changing, okay? Something about liberating us. In the Talmud, when God drove Adam from the Garden of Eden, the Shekinah remained under the tree of life as a tremendous source of healing and protection. In the Torah, the Shekinah was sent into exile along with Adam. To lead the Shekinah back to God and to unite her with him is the true purpose of the Torah. The essence of our work is to reunite both our earthly self and our higher self with God. The first thing to recognize is that you are a unique manifestation of an important aspect of the divine. Most of us have forgotten this. Your life task is to transform your body temple into a pure dwelling place of the eternal. God is seeking direct communication with you and longs for your return. Put aside judgments and unworthiness and open your heart. Often you don't realize it, but spirit is as close as your breath. And you limit your experience of God's presence through your concepts. See that? You limit your experience of God's presence through your concepts. Now, when I say God, I mean source. That's what I mean, because it's a blending energy. It's a feminine and masculine energy, right? So mother, father, God, or whatever you want to say. So when you attain the final goal of union or fusion, you're always aware of source's presence in all forms. So God is a living, expanding, and evolving being who desires your love just as you long for God's love. Okay? The higher self is your individual fragment of God. Your aspect of God, source, is your higher self. Okay, you really need to connect with your higher self. It receives a stream of electronic light substance or liquid white fire which enters the physical body through the pineal glands and fills the nerve channels. The light flows through us, causing the heart to beat and energizing the brain, allowing us to function. As long as there is peace, love, and a strong connection with God, youth and beauty result. When undesirable thoughts control the mind, they are reflected in the form of illness and aging. This does not mean that you should repress feelings and memories, rather the opposite. Be willing to root out the negativity within, and it will be replaced by a divinely tranquil spirit. Be ever alert to receive wisdom and energy from your higher self. Meditate upon and commune with this fragment of God within. Your higher self is the Shekinah and provides the power which the outer self uses to hold the connection with its divine source. So the outer self and the higher self are in reality united. The greatest illusion is that we are separate from source. Okay, you don't need anybody to connect with source, God, whatever, other than your thoughts. That's it. You've connected. Believing this, we think we are the doer or fall victim to the circumstances of life. The higher self is not interested in smoothing out earthly problems, but presents difficult and painful opportunities to stimulate the process of cleansing and harmonizing. Source has given us free choice to express either limitations, you see, or divinity. What is it going to be with you? I know one of the biggest, and I'm just going to put my finger there so I don't forget where that is, but one of the biggest things that I admitted to myself was where I spent all of my time concerned about everybody else, concerned what someone's going to think, concerned how someone else is feeling, concerned what my kids are doing, concerned where life is taking me, concerned about money, concerned about the electricity, concerned about the government, concerned about this, concerned about that, and just always spending my life really trying to fix all of these problems in my immediate environment and even beyond my immediate environment all the time. Part of the reason I got into my work was to help others, to help themselves, you know, and again, putting myself in this helping role all the time and not realizing that even though that's a wonderful thing to help people, that you're actually squashing yourself back down like this, and everybody else is coming. Oh, I got to help them. Oh, I've got to fix that before I can do this. Oh, I better do that because they're going to think that. So before I can do this, and meanwhile, you're trying to manifest, you're trying to get the right job, you're trying to get the right partner or whatever you're trying to do. And it's only a half kind of a thought because the rest of your thoughts are connected with everybody else's problems and that it's your job to fix them somehow. Because you've been born into life with some kind of responsibility on your shoulders you know, even as a small child, and you've dealt with the trauma and you've had to be, yeah, walking on eggshells and all that sort of stuff, and not even realizing how emotionally manipulated that you've been to force you into this, oh, I'm going to be of service kind of energy, and leaving yourself behind, thinking that that's not going to matter to what you're trying to do right now. So, you know, you're trying to come out and you're trying to do, I don't know, maybe you're trying to start your own spiritual stuff or whatever, right? And you think that by doing that, then that's your part in the world, right? But what you're doing is this, it becomes another problem that you have to do, another job that you have, another thing that you have to deal with. And then there might be thousands of people that you have to deal with eventually. And if you haven't dealt with where your energy leaks out, if you haven't dealt with why you feel so responsible for everyone else's care when nobody feels responsible for you, why do you feel like you've got to give of yourself so much and scatter yourself everywhere? What to get, you know, what is that going to do for you? Do you think that that's going to be in good favor of the Lord? Or is that what a good Christian does, or a Catholic or Jew, whatever you are, that you just do for everybody and nothing for yourself? Do you really think that an all unconditionally loving energy that's there wants to see you scatter yourself out and deplete yourself of energy till you're sick? And you end up, you know, with troubles in your body, and then you got to fix that, and then it's another thing that you can't do. Well, I can't do that because I'm unwell. No one's coming to look after me. Do you know what I mean? It's just this huge cycle of how much you can lay on your own back and then wonder why you have a back issue. How much you can lay on your heart and then wonder why you have heart problems. How much you can carry and then wonder why your knees are going out on you. Even though it's energetic, even though it's not actual carrying people, you are. And so as much as you think that, you know, you can just forget about that and just push forward. Okay, now I'm going for it. I'm going for my dreams and goals, and I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that, right? You haven't released all this that you were carrying, which means that you take it into your new task and start caring for everybody in the new task without looking at yourself first, until you've absolutely exhausted yourself, felt like none of the angels were working with you, felt like nobody's listening to your prayers or anything, and haven't you seen all the things that I've done and I'm still getting treated like this? That's what happens when we don't first just say, I am worth it. I don't care what I've been told. I don't care what I've been feeling. I just have to accept myself, and my new life will begin right there and then. If you don't, because like I've said to everybody, I am just who I am. I am me. I am just me. This is it. You see this when my husband sees it when he wakes up in the morning. I'm just myself all day, every day. I play my guitar. I sing my heart out at the house here. I race around with the dogs. I look after everyone. I give lessons. I do. But I want to, because I also put myself first, and I have an understanding of who I am. I used to not be, you know, I didn't have that before, right? Not even, probably right up until about, I don't know, 5 years ago. I was still carrying and harboring and hurting about things, right? Wondering when my turn was coming or whatever. Now I'm just making it. I'm making it happen. And I don't care how much they try to swallow me. That just means they're afraid of me. My power, your power. They don't want any of you to understand what I'm saying. They don't want you to get it. I'm telling you. They don't. Darkness, cabal, whatever the hell it is out there, the dark energy that's been running this globe does not want people to understand how it all works. They want you to run around like a chicken with your head cut off, trying to figure everything out. They want you to be stressed about people over the other side of the globe. They want you to be upset in your life and try to be putting this sense together and that sense together. They want you fighting with your family and your friends. They want spiritual leaders who are idiots coming out with all this rubbish and fear talk. They want you to listen. They want you to suck it in, okay? Because they know you're desperate, that you're desperate for some kind of answer somewhere and someone to take you by the hand and save you, and it's not going to happen. The only thing that's going to happen is that we do this for ourselves, that we understand who we are here, and that we are beings of light. That's what we are. And As we embrace our light, it grows stronger. If we do not embrace our light, we get weaker, and then we get angry that nothing's happened to us. See? It's a vicious cycle that you put yourself in. I know, because I was there. That's why I'm so passionate with all of you. I get it. You know, I've come from nothing. Nothing. I get it. You know, I'm just, like I said to you so many times before, you would have saw me on the street as a young girl, you know, the way that my life was, and walked right past me. No one would, you know, no one cared. Okay. Just this trashy family. And, you know, my parents trying to act like they're not, you know, and it was. Just had nothing. Just scrimping by, saving you. And I used to see my mum do, okay. But then she would see other people's children and go all over them and help them. When her own children were suffering. But, you know, you can't tell some people, right? You have this energy of the divine within you, and you have free choice to either express your limitations constantly, be jealous of everybody, be upset and hating on everybody, be angry with everybody, wishing your life was different, or you can make your life different yourself. After all, you're the only one that's walked this life with you. You're the only one that's done it. You're the only one that's put up with everything. You're the one that's crying out for help. So make a stand. If you're a water sign, I get it. You're going to be sensitive, and you know, you're going to take things on, and so stop doing it. Remember that you can put your protection around you to filter your abilities, to filter your feelings, to filter these emotions that get all out of hand over nothing. If you're a fire sign, you're going to be like me, and you're going to be like, let's go. But you're always doing like this, and not for yourself, most likely, because you're just like so pumped to do. If you're an air sign, you can communicate really well, but you talk about yourself like you're a piece of crap. You talk down to yourself. You hate what you see in the mirror, right? If you're an earth sign, you need to ground yourself more, because you can get yourself floating away with all kinds of ideas. We all do this. We all have our own flaws. That doesn't, you know, our imperfections make us perfect, right? But I get called and pushed on a daily basis. Give them a message, and I'm like, you know what? Here I am today. Again, not knowing exactly how everything will go, other than I wanted to talk about the Shekinah and do a card. And I get in here and I just see the potential that we all have. Like, you know, we're at this such a close precipice of jumping, shifting into a new energy altogether, where we won't deal with any of this BS, that everybody's got everything that they want. I know that that's there, because it comes from here. Your mindset determines what's going to happen in your life. Your mind will determine your outcome. So how are you going to set your mind up? You're going to set it up to succeed? Are you going to set it up to fail? By going, well, I don't know how that will happen, and, you know, it won't happen to me, but it happens to other people, and all that stuff you tell yourself all the time, feeling sorry for yourself, because that's got to pull that, you've got to pull that right away from you. It serves you no good. It is not beneficial to you at all. It is going to drag you down and make you unwell. Okay, the very thing you're trying to get out of, you're bringing yourself back into. Now, some people aren't going to fully get it and grasp it, and it's all about everybody's journey anyway, everybody's timing, all of that sort of stuff. But in this here and now, we are in very, very important times. Of course, look what we're seeing, right? How's it going to be for you? Okay. All right. So the unquenchable yearning and incessant longing to be with God emanates from the higher self. We want this longing to just be over with all this, right? We want to just have peace everywhere. We want everyone to leave each other alone. We want all these leaders to just shut up and step down and put people up there who actually care about us. And maybe we need a spiritual leader, right? Maybe we do. Maybe we need someone who understands the people and a lot better. So if you haven't experienced this, you will. The longing leads you step by step through the process of freeing yourself from illusions. There it is. This is done by making you recognize that you feel desperately alone and abandoned. That is how you feel. Nobody gets it. Nobody understands your circumstance, and all you do is do. Okay? That's why I created the light leaders, so that you can lead. You can show people this is the way that we're going to have ultimate clearing and healing and a life that we want. Here, this is how I did it. This is how you can do it, right? Share your experience rather than stopping your growth, pulling yourself back and picking people up all the time. Come on, you can do it. And then they go right back down. Oh, come on. You're almost there, right? And then they just give up on themselves. By being a leader of light, and you're doing it, it creates a ripple effect, and others go, you know what, if she can do it, I can do that. Well, that seems to be really easy. Oh my God, okay, so what I've been doing is I've just been making it harder for myself, you know? I've just been putting this extra pressure on myself that I don't need to. Okay, I can release this, and then I can show others as well, which is what I really want anyway, okay? So, this is done by making you recognize that you feel desperately alone and abandoned. These feelings are the greatest gift from Source, who is just behind them, waiting for you to break through with your desire. When you're nearly overcome, Source comes to you on the energy created by the intensity of your longing. So have you noticed when you finally just let rip and you fire off about your real feelings, that suddenly you feel a lot better? When you're finally honest with yourself? Because I feel like, you know, I come on here and I'm just like, oh gosh, I just feel this burning sensation to help you to get to where you really want to be by pointing out what you're doing, right? And I have this, oh, we're there. We're all there, right? And it's like when you finally say it, when I say it, when I say it to you all, when I get it off my chest or whatever I need to do, then something changes in my house, something shifts, or some good news comes in or something. Why? Why does that happen? Because you're finally honest with yourself. And an honest reaction to being treated like crap is to get angry about it. Okay? That's an honest reaction. But instead of getting angry about how you've been treated, you start trying to figure out ways that you can fix it. And that's the mistake. You know, you've got to say, you know what? If I'm getting upset about how they make me feel, then I need to change my reaction to what they're doing. Simple as that. Okay? Call on the Shekinah often to purify you with the Source active light, to fill you with the presence of your higher self, to protect and heal you, and to take you home into that energy. When you open up your truth to your own way of working with spirituality, and when you open it up, right, you know that you can put an intention out there, let go of the outcome, and it manifests, okay? So if you're putting intentions out there all the time and being really good about it, okay, and you're putting it in the here and now, you're acting as though it's already happening, okay, and you're not seeing your manifestation, I can tell you why. You're not seeing your manifestation because you have not let go of the outcome of it. You've started a little bit of oh, well, I wonder, will it come in? People going to come? Am I going to get the money? Is the house going to be there? Am I going to have the right? That's what goes wrong with manifestation, is that you give up the energy to the divine. You say, here it is. Awesome. I've done a great job at, you know, giving it over to you. And then you take it right back. That's why that little song always gets to me. Take your troubles to the Lord, leave them there. It just makes me laugh because that's exactly what we're going to do. You know, take all of the stuff that you're asking for, but leave it there because they've got a better way of figuring it out than you do, right? So if you start worrying about what you've asked for, say, you know, no, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to let it go. It's going to be what it's going to be, and on to the next thing, okay? And that's what happens. Like, it's as silly as this. It's as silly as this, right? I'm going to give you a quick example. This just happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I bought something from this lady. I bought some crystals. And she gave me a raffle ticket. Here it is. Oops, sorry. Here it is. Right? This is my little raffle ticket. I kept it just in case because I knew I was going to win. And I just put it on my laptop like that. And I said to myself, so I got the thing and I said, I'm going to keep this coupon because I'm going to win. And I just put it down on my desk, like I said, on the laptop. That's it. I forgot about it. And then she messaged me last week and says, oh my God, you won, Becky. I was like, I knew it, you know, because I didn't think about it. I didn't worry about it. I didn't question it. I just totally forgot about it, like totally forgot about it. But I had set that intention and I won because I wasn't worrying about it. I just let the angels deal with it or whatever was meant to happen. I knew I won though. That's why I've got the stupid thing still here on because normally I throw them away. But I kept it and left it there. That's just how quickly it works. Okay. And it's just what, a $50 gift card or something. But it was like, whoa, it's so nice to get something that you didn't expect, or you did expect in my case, in the mail. It was like when it happened, I'm like, oh, you know, like, oh, that's it though. And this has happened time and time again in my life where I've just let something go, forgot about it. And it might be 3 months later. That happened to me once, you know, 3 months later, I received some money from something that was just never going to happen. And it was just there all of a sudden because I forgot about it. I just let it go. I did my manifestations for the moon and I let it go, right? And this is what we got to do here. Use the power that you have within you to manifest the life that you want and let go of all the baggage you think that nobody can see. You think that it's not going to matter, but it is. It's stopping you from being what you want. It's stopping you from moving forward. It's stopping you from having the life you deserve. Okay? There is nobody that's more lucky than anybody else. All right? We need to understand our own individual energy of luck here too. Our own beauty, our own uniqueness, right? I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I don't care. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay in my own skin. I'll have my pink, purple, you know, hair, whatever I want to do. I might go back to blonde and then I'll go back to whatever I want to do, right? And I might wear a lot of makeup one day. I might not. You know, a lot of times I don't. A lot of times I'm just sitting around in my pajamas doing lessons with just the top part of me done. Or, you know, I've got pajama pants on right now. While I'm sitting here with my old house jacket on, my legs, right? It's just me. Just I've got to be me. I don't know how to do it any other way. You know? I mean, how many people are really honest with you? Most of them are, you know, trying to put on some kind of, I don't know what the word is. It's sort of like trying to act in a certain way to try to say, well, people will accept me if I look corporate. You know, maybe I should sit here in my glasses and my corporate outfit and my nice shirts and whatnot, you know. It's just not me though. It's just not me. I've done all that, you know, lived that life. No thanks. Right? Some people love it. I have a friend, she's like, oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like, well, great. You know, if that's your happiness, go for it. Put some light in the businesses around the world. They need it as well. Anyone that's been taking just to implement something for the government is just as bad, just as guilty, right? So it's all changing though. It's all changing and we are here to witness it. Okay, so that's the Shekinah. All right. And now we are going to have a look at the crystal mandala. Now, just one moment. Just asking my husband to turn off the oven. Okay. I got a lunch going on in there. It's another thing I like to eat. So, you know, it's just what happens here. All right. So we have the Mandala Oracle, which has been very accurate so far for all of us. Let's see what message it has to share right now. So I'm just going to close my eyes for a moment. for everyone who's listening, who might be listening. Oh. Okay, so we have Goddess Pele and Lava Stone, and this is melting into divine desire. Have a look at this color. Okay, like fiery, passionate, and also grounding as well with the Lava Stone. Okay, so Goddess Pele and the Lava Stone. Here we go. What number is this? 54. Wow. This is what everyone needed to hear. That's what I asked for. Okay, the very last card. We are at completion, everybody. Okay, see if I can get it without the shine. We bring you the empowerment of melting into divine desire. There's a time and a place on the spiritual path for detachment. Is this going to be just what I talked about? The ability to step back and perceive from a neutral perspective can bring great clarity. There's a time for the mind to become clear and peaceful and open to divine guidance, even if that means temporary loss for greater long-term gain. There's also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your divine life journey. What in the world? Hang on a minute, everyone. Oh, come on. No ads. Okay. Okay, so there's also a time to melt into divine desire, to allow your passion to motivate and inspire you to attain great progress on your life journey, where less fervent longing could not. Desire doesn't have to be a distraction from your divine path. It can be a way that you discover what has meaning for you and what you feel strongly enough about to never give up on. Desire sometimes gets a bad rap in spiritual circles, or it is celebrated as being something that should be pursued without restraint. The truth that will serve most spiritual aspirants best is somewhere in the middle of these two extremes. Desire need not be a distraction from your spiritual journey, nor a goal to be pursued at any cost, even to your own integrity. Desire on the spiritual path can become a way to know what is going to move and inspire you enough to see you through the challenges that arise when you want to create a contribution to the world. If you long to bring your ideas to life, rather than keep them only as ideas, then desire can become enlivening fuel for the spiritual path, motivating you to act rather than hesitate. See? Searching for your true soul desires Searching for your true soul desires helps you find what it is you can believe in more than fear or doubt. Divine desire is not so different to the passing desires of the mind, except that it is strong enough to motivate you, even if the delayed gratification is more than you would always wish. Oh, so my piece of paper just next to me just starts moving by itself. Okay. Or the results can be swift, but what is required for you to obtain them may be so outside your comfort zone that for anything else, you wouldn't be willing to go through the discomfort. The passing desires of the mind will hold your attention for a little while, passing in some days or months or in an instant, as soon as a shinier option comes into view. The divine desire of the soul will be enough to hold you mesmerized for lifetimes. For you to be able to melt into your divine desire, you will need to open up to yourself completely. There is no holding back in shame. There's no thinking it's weird to think about life so deeply, or that others won't understand you and judge you, and that you should just be normal like everybody else. Okay, just what I'm talking about, you know. If you want to live a life of passionate purpose where you're melting in love rather than living in fear or trying to progress only by a harder approach of constant discipline, then you're going to need to look within and really see what moves you, right? And don't be shy. You're going to find divine beauty inside of you. The more you peel back the layers of the mind, the more pure, simple, and clear your divine desire will be. You might initially believe you have many desires in your soul: freedom, fun, justice, creativity, celebration of life, living joy, empowerment, opening of the mind, healing of the heart, liberation of the spirit, protection of the soul. Yet there will be one or two you come back to again and again that seem to include all of the others. There are the things that matter most to you, that inspire you, that give you a sense of meaning and purpose at a deeper inner level, where your conscious mind cannot quite grasp it, and truth be told, it doesn't need to. Giving yourself permission to discover and honor your divine desire is what connects you to Pele, the passionate, volcanic goddess, radiant with power. When the oracle of this comes to you, Pele is reaching for you. She will empower you to let your desire move you. If you want to know just how powerful desire can be, think of the power of a volcano erupting. Imagine being able to channel that raw power into fulfillment of your soul and manifesting your dreams in the world. That is the blessing of what Pele brings you. She's bringing you the power to push forward now. If you're a thinking person who finds it hard to feel, Pele will help you tune into your heart. If you're analytical, rational, and need a reason for everything before you do it, she will assist you in taking the journey from your head to your heart and in realizing there doesn't always need to be a logical explanation for everything. If you are already a feeling person, already know what you desire, and already feel like a gooey melted mess of divine deliciousness most of the time, then Pele is your kindred sister. Her radiance will mirror your own. And as you two shine with luscious light, as your passionate purpose manifesting in the world, it's only a matter of divine timing. Okay? As you live for yourself and what you really desire, and that becomes your focal point, everything else falls into place. If your focal point is on everybody else, then all of their lives just fall into place and you're waiting. And then you can get bitter about that. So here we go. We're going to integrate it, right? So put our hand over our heart because that helps us be aware of the heart. Press on it a little bit. I call upon the crystal angel of lava stone and goddess Pele who love me unconditionally. Thank you for the divine healing empowerment of melt into divine desire. May all hearts be unafraid to know the deepest yearnings of their soul, so the divine plan may unfold throughout all realms with unconditional love and grace. I choose of my own free will through this and any lifetime and through all layers of my entire being to forgive, release, and shed any memory or associated belief system connected to shaming, guilt, or judgment of desire. May my true desire nature be a vessel through which my emotions are infused with spiritual will. May I discover, honor, and express my true spiritual desires upon the earth in service to love. May I melt into divine desire through divine empowerment and unconditional love. And may divine love bring a desire for peace, freedom, happiness, and love in the hearts of all living things. May all beings melt with love into their true divine destiny, according to divine grace and in service to the divine feminine wisdom evolving through humanity at this time. So I melt with love into my true soul desire. So be it. It is done. Wow. Okay. Beautiful. So melting into divine desire, allowing this energy to be your focal point. Don't feel guilty about wanting to have things. Don't feel guilty because there's starving people in Africa or whatever. You know, like that's what my mum always used to say to me. You know, there's starving people in Africa. And I'd always feel bad about anything that I ate, you know, then, right? I used to always do the 40-hour famine in Australia. Like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that I do the 40-hour famine so I know exactly what it feels like to go without. And then many times in my life I have. But, you know, wanting things is not the problem. It's like it can't just be a pipe dream to you. Like, I can't have that, or other people need it more than me. All that BS needs to stop. There's plenty enough for everybody. If everybody is, and I mean, everybody is in their incarnation, they live where they live. They're going through what they're going through because of the things that they desired to learn. Okay, that's what we're going through here. What did we desire to learn here? Okay, why did we choose all of this nonsense that we've had throughout our life? Why did we choose this? It wasn't really to punish ourselves, but it was a desire to conquer something that may have been plaguing us for many and many, many lifetimes. Okay. And we have this ability now. We should be living a life where there's free energy. We should be living a life where we're all manifesting instantly. We should be living where there's no control systems in place and mechanisms that keep everybody enslaved to, you know, taxes and working and food on the table and this 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 and this. We shouldn't be living like that. We can. There's only one way out of it, and it's with your mind. Because even those people that are really wealthy and they have everything or whatever, they still have to use their mind in order to keep it going. And they do. It's kind of a little easier when you can see it right there, right? That's what people say. It's easy for them to say because they've already got it. Well, we decided that our life would be a different path and that we would understand ourselves first in this life, and then we would be rewarded with the abundance, etc. So that's what we've got to see it like. Okay, I've learned all of this so that I can share with others and I can manifest what I want. And I need to understand that only me, am responsible for me. Only I can manifest for me, right? Only I can do this. And everybody else will also do it for themselves if I lead the way. If I show them how to do it, then they'll say, well, that was easy. That's what my husband always says to me. He's like, I can't believe how easy this is. I'm like, I know, right? We make it too complicated with everything that we do, everything that we stress about, everything that we worry about, right? We're making it really complicated. Know that it doesn't matter where you live on this globe, that your life can change, that your life can get better, that you can heal yourself from the things that you've been through. And you can master your mind. You have spiritual mastery in that way. And you can master your life, master your mind, master your life. There you go. New book for Becky. Okay. We Needlessly Suffer. And that's another book that I'm writing as well. And probably by the time I'm finished semester 1 of this academy, there'll be another book there too. Okay. So I hope to really see you there. Again, it's just so much information. It's not even funny. And I know that the people that are doing the academy will totally back me up with that as well. I really hope to see you there. I hope that you're enjoying wherever it is that you are, that you're lifting your vibration, and also lifting the vibration by doing that of the area that you live. Okay. Have to imagine like the lights on the back of this behind me. See how there's all the lights around the globe? So we got half the lights half the world's in darkness and half the world's in light. Imagine it all just covered in light. Imagine it all covered in gold. You know, imagine it. You know, even if you have to do it where you're watching, you know, the world go around on a, you know, a GIF or something, and you're watching it and you're just imagining it getting lighter and lighter and lighter. Those things are beneficial. Stressing and screaming and fighting with everybody that doesn't have your same viewpoint doesn't work, right? I know that no matter what we're seeing, it's all a distraction, again, because you've already been through 2 years of psychosis. You've been through 2 years of hypnosis, okay, keeping you in that trauma response. And then by putting something else, people are just losing the plot, putting something else in your face that's fearful. So we can't do that, okay? We have to remain strong. And I'm going to be here. As I said, I will do my best to do at least one video a week. Even if I'm just doing the reading ones or whatever, I will try. And I want you to be at my webinars. Learn more, open up more, be who you really want to be. You know, shift, heal, change, you know, enlighten, and make your life easier. No one else is going to do it for you, only you. Okay, and you have to just have that willingness, and then there it happens. Divine desire, huh? Melting into divine desire. Okay, awesome. So let's get this up. Join my newsletter, okay, so that you can get the update about the big webinar coming, which will be in 2 parts. Okay, you want to be a part of these. You're going to learn so much, and you'll get PDFs and all kinds of stuff, so you can always go back and read and all that sort of thing. So, okay, talk to you soon, and I'll be announcing exactly what it's going to be called coming up here soon. All right. Always here to just keep us strong and motivated and moving forward, and sending lots and lots of love, of course, all the time, and many, many blessings. All right. And bye for now. Bye, everyone.